What is up, y'all? It is your girl, Brand New, and I'm back in the building for a brief recap of Insecure. This is season 2, episode 7. I really like this episode. We're gonna see a run-in with Issa and Lawrence that was much needed because I'm sick of them being apart and being jealous, and so we'll get into that later. Can y'all believe the motherfucking season finale is next week? I hate to see this damn show go. Such a good show. Alright, y'all, let's get right on into it. Okay, so first we have Molly and Issa there on the phone. Molly finds out that Daniel shot off all in Issa's face during the oral sex thing that they did. And she's just saying, girl, I could go by there with a water gun, put some eggs in there, and just shoot that nigga face up, with the eggs. And Issa's like, much as I like that visual, I'm cool. I just thought he had more respect for me. So basically, that's how Issa feels. She's feeling really disposable and disrespected that he would just come in her face. But I don't think he did that on purpose. So Issa, honey, I'm gonna need you to move on. It's not that big of a deal like that. Okay, so next there's a bus scene with Issa on the bus where she looks hella awkward on the bus, making these weird ass faces. She talks to a Latino and she's letting them know that, hey, we got you, offers PSAT tutoring, and we can help you with that. And then I believe that the student said that Mr. Gaines is not allowing the Latinos to join the program. He's telling everybody it's full. So Issa, that's news to Issa. Issa knew of him being prejudiced before, but she didn't know it to this extent. So okay. Next, they show Lawrence. He's at work, and his co-workers pretty much find out that him and the other young lady, I don't know what her name is, but, they've been hanging out, and, they're kind of surprised about that, so that's pretty much what happened with that. Next, we have Molly. She is in the car with the one guy that's like an associate to her. And the one that looks like a damn preacher, he really do look like one. And he just letting her know, hey, I'm going to be in town, guess in a couple of weeks in LA, and I'm going to need you to take me out, show me a good time. And she's saying, yeah. And I believe he gave her some kind of snack to try, and at first she didn't think she would like it, and she started eating it, and it was pretty good to her. So that's what happened with that. Next, you have Lawrence and the co-worker. He's talking with her saying, he doesn't want to move too fast. He's did that before. And, they could still hang out and get drinks. And, she's under that same impression. Then we got Issa and Frida. Pretty much, Issa realizes that she's wrong. So she comes to Frida with some ideas on how to attract more Latinos into the program. Since she found out that damn principal told them that the damn program was full. So she feels bad about that. So she tries to make up with Frida, and they pretty much apologize to each other and work things out. Next, we got Dro and Molly. They're talking about Derek's party, and Dro lets her know that Candace is going to be there. And you could kind of tell in Molly's eyes, she's starting to feel really uncomfortable because it's just like, wow, I'm going to have to take a back seat to this woman. I'm going to be the side chick, and I don't know how I feel about that. I think it's easy for her to be all on Dro when Candace isn't around, but the fact that they're all going to be in the same room together, Molly's eyes was big as hell. She's just like terrified of dealing with that, but she's trying to play it off with Dro, and Dro, kind of reassures her that, hey, we got something special too, and you know how I feel about you. Okay, so next there's some texting going on from Tiffany to Issa, letting her know that Lawrence is going to be there. Then Issa texts Molly, did you know Lawrence was going to be there? Molly is like, bitch, no, I would have told you. And then they just like, are you going to be cool? And Issa is just like, yeah, I'm going to be cool. You can invite him. So anyway, she looks on, it looks like Facebook or whatever, and she realizes that Lawrence has blocked her. So that has her ass doing some rap about, really, nigga, you go block me, you go treat me like that, and, she's hurt that he's blocked her. So, I didn't understand really why he blocked her, because I'm just looking like, if you want to get back with her, then just say you want to get back with her. But I think his whole thing is Daniel, she saw pictures of them and they still messing around, and he just really can't deal with that. Okay, so next we got Molly. She is presenting herself in front of the white guys at her job, where she's trying to let them know, she's trying to negotiate to get more money, and basically telling them how much of a hard worker she is. And they are just like, oh, well, I don't know if we've ever heard of anybody doing this before an annual review. Your review is coming up. You probably should have waited until then. And she's just like, no, the opportunity is now. So pretty much they shut her down and wasn't trying to listen. Molly, you need to get your ass on in Chicago and work with your black people. Because these white people, they not trying to listen to you. It's pretty much, they feel like it's all about them and what they want to do. They don't give a damn about Molly. They did say she's a hard worker and an asset to the firm, but you can pretty much tell with how they shut her down. They're not really trying to hear what she has to say like that. They don't really take her seriously. It's definitely some prejudice, it looks like, going on, because they paying the one white guy all that money and Molly can't get her cut. So Molly, you need to move on, boo. Next we have Issa. She is basically confronting the principal on him blocking the Latinos from coming in, and he's pretty much defensive and saying, well, is it full? Is we got y'all full? And she's just like, yeah, but and Issa is just like, well, I apologize if I presented it in a way where, I didn't really care if Latinos joined or not. We got y'all is inclusive to all students, And the principal pretty much ain't trying to hear, he walks off, Issa calls him back, and then he's just like, oh, well, girl, ain't nobody died, though. He just don't want to hear it. And so Frida had came over, too, and letting them know, hey, we need the Latinos. We need different representations of different races in the program. That's what it's for, to include everybody. And like I said, he wasn't trying to hear that shit, because he's a bigot. He just wants to include all the black children. But you know what, though? I don't know. That situation can go a lot of different ways, especially with Frida. I was watching, the first season, and she not innocent, too. My question with Frida is, would you go that hard if the black children weren't included? Is it just Latinos or, so, yeah, the principal is wrong, but I side-eye Frida a little bit, too. But I am happy that her and Issa are working together again, and they both confronted him on that. That was big. Okay, so next, we got Lawrence and the girl that he's, been hanging out with at work. He's letting her know that, hey, we could still get drinks, but I have to stop by this party. And, she's like, cool, I could come with you. So that's what happens with that. Daniel and Issa, they talk. And Issa's still upset with Daniel. And she's putting everything off on him. And it just really pisses me off. And then it sounds like they're about to be cool again, because he's like, well, do you forgive me? And she's like, well, I guess, you could kind of tell she's about to give in. And then Daniel fucks it up by saying, oh, well, now we even now. And Issa's like, what do you mean? He was like, well, now you know how I felt. And I think he was talking about the situation with her and Lawrence, how he was just the itch she needed to scratch. I think that really hurt his feelings or whatever. So he kind of brought it up like, well, now we even, and now, you pissed me off, I done pissed you off, so we're even in that way. But Issa wasn't trying to hear it. She feels like he's being disrespectful, he's being petty, so she tells him to never call her again. Issa, honey, you are overreacting. The man shot up in your face. You should have ducked. You should have moved away. Y'all should have discussed that before you did that. Just say, hey, I'm cool with doing this, but I don't want you coming in my mouth. That's what you should have said. And then all of this could have been avoided. But anyways, next we have Issa's brother comes and picks her up, and he's just like, what's wrong with you? And she was like, niggas. So then they show Tiffany, Kelly, Molly, and everybody is at Derek's little shindig. They're gathering around, and Tiffany is basically showing them her signature drink she's made, the Derek's and the Tiffany's. That damn Tiffany is crazy as fuck. Okay, so Molly has a little scene with Candace. You can tell that Molly feels very uncomfortable being around Candace. She's been fucking her man. It's awkward. They end up sharing a joke about how somebody looked. Forgot who the fuck they was talking about, but they both, laughed at the joke. And Molly is still feeling weird. I felt really bad for Molly. I know people are going to be like, well, Molly chose to get herself in this situation. Yes, but you can tell that, I don't know, you could just tell that Molly really likes Dro, and she just feels hurt. She just feels like, damn, this is the actual guy I really like. Because I told y'all, Molly don't like a lot of people. So with her liking Dro and them having this history, she feels very comfortable with him. And it's like, damn, I am the side chick. His wife is back in town. Like, you could tell Molly is not feeling it. So Issa and her brother comes in, and he's asking her, well, hey, you go try to talk to Lawrence? And Issa's like, no, tonight is all about Derek. It's his birthday. And so Molly checks in with Issa at the table, and she's like, hey, are you good? And Issa's like, yeah, I'm good. And then Molly says she's good. Then her brother, he's funny. He was like, what's wrong with y'all? He was like, nothing, she grown. That's what Issa said, her crazy ass. So that was kind of funny. Next you have Lawrence walks in with the old girl, and everybody is looking crazy. Kelly makes a comment saying, oh, no, this nigga didn't. Soon as she see the girl, she was like she ain't having it. She's like, what is he doing with her? You could tell that's what's going on in Kelly's mind. And then when he walks by, she was like, they must have a sale on denim. I said, that motherfucking Kelly is a fool. So they're all at the table now. They made room for Lawrence and the girl. And Issa and Lawrence are stealing looks at each other. You could tell these two, they definitely still care about each other. Issa is very much so, honey, in her feelings. She's very jealous. She's just like, the nerve of this fool is here with this woman. I can just read Issa's mind at this point. So they all engage in some light conversation. You got Molly and her feelings that Dro and Candace are sitting together, and the girl, Tiffany, Molly was about to sit by Dro, and Tiffany stopped that. She was like, no, honey, we got place cards. Everybody has a certain seat that they need to sit in, and Molly wasn't feeling that. So Molly's in her feelings. She can't sit by Dro. She can't talk to Dro, and she's just smiling and staring at Dro, and, she feels weird. It's very awkward for Issa and Molly at this point. So that's pretty much what's going on. Issa at first wasn't drinking, but now she is drinking because of the situation. So she's just tossing them back, just trying to deal with this uncomfortable situation. Kelly mentions, well, I'm so glad that all my best friends could be here. And then Issa yells out, yeah, and some randoms. She was talking about the girl that Lawrence is with, because she don't even know Derek or Tiffany like that. She's just Lawrence's plus one. I don't think Lawrence should have brought the girl, because it's just like, why you couldn't pick her up after the party was over? She had nothing to do with this. You just start hanging with her like that. Y'all not even dating. So Lawrence is looking a little desperate, you guys. I don't know. I'm not feeling what he's doing. So anyways, After the toast, Issa gets up because she can't take it no more. She's sick of looking at Lawrence and the girl, and she's just sick of dealing with everything. She's in her feelings. She's been drinking. And Lawrence looks at Molly, and Molly looks at Lawrence like, get up. You see her. She didn't say this, but he could see in her eyes that Issa got up, so she feels that Lawrence should go after Issa to see what's wrong with her. Okay. So Lawrence goes after Issa, and he's just like, well, let me explain. I wouldn't have brought a partner if I would have known you was going to be here. Issa's like, you full of shit. You couldn't wait to parade her or whoever the fuck she is around, you know, me and my friends. And Lawrence is like, I'm not parading nobody. And then Issa's like, well, you on some fuck shit. You know, that's not cool. And then she was just like, why the fuck you blocked me? And he was like, because I was sick and tired of seeing the nigga that you fucked with while you was with me. You fucked him while you was with me. You know, you could still tell that Lawrence is just hurt over that because he cussing and shit. Y'all know Lawrence is a suit and tie kind of guy. You know, he's most of the time polite. The little John Legend of the show. He don't go off, but y'all can tell when a man loves a woman, he gets in his feelings for that woman, you know. So that's what happens with that. So then Lawrence is like, oh, you still fucking him? No, ain't you? You still fucking him. Issa never says anything. And she's just looking at him. And then he's just like, well, who else did you fuck while we was together? You know, he just wants motherfucking answers from her. And then Issa is just like, and let's get on what you're doing. You was fucking me and then some bitch at your bank and shit. She's like, really, nigga? And then he said that, well, it's better than being some fake ass music producer's jump off. And that hurts Issa. You can see it all in her eyes. And then she just like, you know what? He got way more going on than woot woot. And that hurts Lawrence. And I'm like, why are you two people that obviously love each other? Why y'all sitting up here hurting each other with the insults going back and forth? Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? And then she gets off into, was it worth it to ruin what we had while I sat up here and supported your depressed ass, you know, for years? And then he was like, probably not as much time as you spent being a fucking hoe. And when I tell you that motherfucking Issa had enough of what Mr. Lawrence had to say, that really hurt her feelings, because I think that Issa wanted to have a hotation, but she didn't want to really be a hoe, especially a hoe to the man she loved. You know, I think that was a really low blow. They both were throwing low blows, so I'm not on anybody's side, but that was really hurtful, what Lawrence said, and it really hurt Issa. And, you know, so then Lawrence's date, she comes out, a partner, whatever the fuck her name is, and she's just like, hey, and he was like, hey, let's get ready to go. And Issa is just stuck looking crazy. She's just standing there. So next, Derek blows out the candles. I was trying to figure out what the fuck kind of cake that was. Who the fuck has carrot cake at a fucking birthday party? Where's the motherfucking birthday cake with, you know, like, very weird. Anyways, Dro gets up to walk away from the table, and Molly follows after him. And, you know, she just goes up to Dro like, I thought I knew what to expect from tonight, but just seeing you with Candace, you guys look so good together, and, you know, I just feel so stupid. And Dro is like, no, you should. Next thing you know, honey, the shit is popping and sweating. They in the bathroom fucking their ass off. I said that damn Dro and Molly, honey, they get sit in wherever they can. They kissing. Molly is just looking at him with such adoration. She just loves her some Dro. Okay, so Dro ends up leaving the bathroom. Issa sees her, and then when Molly comes out, Issa sees Molly, and Issa fixes Molly's hair and fixes her blouse, whatever the fuck she had on. It looks like a pantsuit in a way. And then that damn Issa had the tags on her damn dress still. Molly takes it off, hands it to her, and then Issa was like, well, I was gonna return this. So I said, that girl is crazy. So then she ends up going into the bathroom. Next, they show Lawrence and the girl partner. They are headed, I guess, to get drinks. And Molly ends up calling her mom. And she's just like, Mom, you know, how you doing? You know, well, why did you stay with Dad? And her mother ends up telling her that she just loved her father. You know, he had did more loving things to her than hurtful things, so that's why she chose to stay with him, even though he had cheated. Molly is still trying to figure that out, and it's really applying to the situation she is in with Dro. You could tell that she really loves and cares for Dro, so she's kind of thinking like, damn, should I do what my mom did? Should I just kind of put up with this until I can't take it no more? You know, she ends up getting home, gets a text from Dro saying he's going to be back in town on Thursday, and she just sends him another text saying, I can't do this no more. Issa comes home to a rent increase letter on her door, and, you know, she's very pissed off. She's hurt. She ends up taking all her shit in her apartment and just ransacking the place, throwing shit everywhere. I think Issa is just very hurt and disappointed about everything that's going on with her and Lawrence, the shit that's going on with her and Daniel. It's supposed to be a hotation. You're supposed to be having fun, but shit is now getting real. You know, it's at the point now where Issa needs to decide that this whole shit is not for her. She needs to be in a committed relationship because that's the woman that she is. And I think all women go through that, where they feel like, hey, I just want to have sex and no feelings. And then you realize that you can only do that for so long. So that's where Issa is right now. All right, y'all. That was my recap of Insecure. This motherfucking show, honey, is crazy because I be wanting to do really brief recaps, but my ass goes on because I understand these motherfucking characters. But it is your girl, Brand New. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will check y'all later.